teams you picked and would say that the back four you picked last season was so successful?
The personnel is different, yeah.
Yeah. So is there a chance that you could revert back to that for the Man United game on Sunday?
Well, I played different against Manchester City, and there were 43 different structures in different phases. Every morning I come from my house to Colney. Sometimes I leave at 6. I need to go in the windscreen because it's icy. And at 6 o'clock, normally I go Finchley Road and then A41 because it's faster. Now Finchley Road is 20 miles an hour. So sometimes I take a back door. But then I go on M25. But depending if it's a school ride, and that time I take one exit. If it's after 7 o'clock, I take a different exit. And then I go. And one day I have a flat tire. What do? I have to replace it. Maybe I take a different road because it's there. So every game is a different story, guys. Different story.
Okay. In that case, then, forgive me, but are you tempted to play the side that was so successful for you last season?
I cannot do that. It's different, and it's going to be different. And the others is going to be different because it's a different season, and this is the beauty of it. The beauty of the thing that I enjoy the most, that is new. And we can still do much, much better a lot of things. Let's do that.
Volume on.
Hey, people, sorry about that. Did you not hear the videos?
No, we heard the Arteta, the AFTV one. There's no audio, but the Arteta
There's
one was
no audio
on the AFTV one. No, the Arteta one was good, but the audio on the AFTV with James and Robbie is.
How come?
Yeah, the clip might have to go into the actual clip and click turn the volume on.
Let me try again. Hold on. So can you hear this?
I can hear you. I can't hear the video.
Oh, you can't hear it.
Let's take the comment off the screen. So you look if the video icon is.
Yeah, it's definitely the video is definitely not the AFT one. I don't know why, but anyway, sorry about that, guys. But anyway, people, yeah, let's just remove this. Hopefully, welcome to a new show called Five Guns. Obviously, there's no 5 guns here. There's 2 guns today. Today we're going to look at Arteta and his tactics, and we're going to discuss Arteta's tactics. What that AFT video, let's mind my manners. Big up to the chat first and foremost, and everyone that's joining today. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. And hopefully we're going to do this hopefully every Sunday if we can, depending on who's available and who's not available. But yeah, what I was going to say is I was comparing 2 videos together, and I'm sorry, I don't know why that video didn't work. Why wouldn't it work? Do you think they've got some kind of...
No.
I'll try it again.
Let
me try it. I'll open another window. Let me try another window and see. Tell me if you guys can hear. Can you hear that? Can you hear it?
No.
Can you hear anything?
No, I can't hear you. I can't hear the video still. Same as last.
You can't hear it? Okay. What about if I add it to stage now? Tell me if you can hear anything here. Can you hear anything? Can you hear it?
No, click the actual speaker and see if the volume is turned down. Or you can drag it up.
No, the volume's turned up, man. Look,
It is?
the volume's up. Can you hear it?
Mm-mm. I can't hear it.
Anything?
No, they have hacked
Okay.
us.
Okay. So basically, I wanted to compare both videos. So in the first video, you can see that Arteta was very active. And this is going 2 years back, where everything was tactical about him. He wanted to change this, he wanted to do that. Even his school route, he was saying, sometimes I do this, sometimes I do that. And then AFT video literally actually goes it goes against that, because we've not shown any tactics. And this is what what's that guy's name? That guy that
James and Robbie. James V and Robbie.
Yeah.
I got it up on my screen. You wanna try sharing it? You wanna see if I can share screen?
Yeah. Should I send it to you?
I don't know. No, I have it up. I have it up on my extension here.
Yeah, bring it up if you can bring it up.
Let me see if we can share screen.
It's from about 2 minutes 45. Sorry guys, man. Some technical issues.
2:45.
We'll get through it. Yeah, 2:45.
Pay
it to about 4:30. To pay it to about 4:30 or something. See if that works. Shout to the chat as well, man. Big up everyone.
Yeah, big up to Godfrey. I see Godfrey in the building.
We see you, bro.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be dead on 2:45, but
can you see my screen
now? I can't see the screen. Maybe my screen's a little bit delayed. I don't know. I can see. Do you want me to add it to stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
go. Okay.
No, I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
I can.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
No, we can't hear it. Can you hear it? Can you hear it, guys? They've got some kind of, I don't know, on their audio. They've got some kind of thing on their audio. Yeah, I can't hear it. I definitely can't hear it. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Anyway, don't worry about that. I'll summarize it anyway. I'll summarize what James was talking about anyway. So literally, James was talking about we didn't really use any tactics. We had Havertz on the pitch. He didn't really do much. We were talking about the Tottenham game and the Newcastle game, by the way. Yeah. He wanted to see Gyökeres, and he hasn't seen the use. He hasn't seen no new tactics. Basically, he hasn't seen any changes. So I was just literally putting the two videos together. There you had the old Arteta that was enthusiastic and willing to try different things, but now you have the rigid, more can I say stubborn?
Oh yeah, very stubborn, very
flexible. And someone said this the other day. Arteta doesn't want to win. He wants to win in his own way. And I understand that concept. Do you understand that concept? Yeah. That yes, he probably wants to win, but he wants to win in his way and his way only.
Yep.
So today, I just want to obviously the title is Tactics of Melodramatics. There's a few things I want to talk about today with you, BBK, because let's take away the signings for a moment. Yeah, obviously we're gonna get onto the signings, but wasn't Tottenham a very good opportunity to start maybe Gyökeres, who's looking? I'm gonna say this to you, BBK. Do you feel that Gyökeres looks a bit top heavy at the moment? He looks a bit big. Serious question.
I don't know. And he looks off of it. Yeah, he looks.
Wow.
But he hasn't played football. you can train all you want to, right? You can do all the self-training with your trainer all you want to, right? When you're starting to feel contact on the pitches, it's different. And I see why he didn't start him and gave him 13 minutes. I think it's more important that he starts him in London against Villarreal on Wednesday. But I don't think he looked top heavy as it affects his play. I think he's in great shape, but he looks off the pace of the game at the minute, which is understandable still, because it's not like he was training with Sporting for the past 3-4 weeks when we were haggling over the contract. But he does look off of it, not gonna lie. He looks off of it, off the pace, a step slow. That could be because he's top heavy, you know? Which is see, that's the thing with me, that like, for a professional athlete to be top heavy and out of shape is a felony, you know. It should never happen for a professional athlete. For everyday people who have to go to work, but I can hear it. But for professional athletes, being in shape is a staple of your professionalism. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Do you know, even over those 40 minutes, yeah, you're not going to really see much of Gyökeres. The minute he starts banging goals, people are going to be like, okay, you know, he can do his thing. Big up to Hammers Football Team. Big up to Tony in the building, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. He says, big up Abs and Tara and respect, gents. In terms of, let's just be real, yeah. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just be absolutely real, yeah. The tactics that I'm seeing, I know Kate spoke about tactics of being slightly tweaked, but I didn't see much of that. All I saw is a lot of the same. And my problem is with our attack. So let's talk formation there. So Arteta starts with a 4-3-3, yeah. Okay. But what happens is, once we're in possession, then that attack or that formation turns into a 3-2-5. So you'll have the left back inverting field. Zubamendi probably on the right of that, of the two in midfield, because you know you've got the four lines, yeah. So you'll have those two in midfield, but you'll have 5 top heavy at the top, trying to attack, yeah, trying to cause havoc, trying to literally just score goals and make the team make mistakes. But when you watch Arsenal, yeah, it looks a whole lot of the same, doesn't it? It looks like, and one of the things that frustrates me, yeah, and I love Saka and everything, yeah, is he's a stand-up type of baller. So once the ball comes to him, he will stand up. Yeah, it's not like he's not like a Dalman where he gets that ball, you know something's going to happen. He's going straight, whatever. He's causing havoc. Saka, for me, it's almost like he waits. You know, waits before the player commits, and then he does what he does. Yeah, and he's very good at what he does, by the way. But sometimes I feel that it's a detriment to our attack because it slows our attack. And I've seen this so many times where our attack in transition is way too slow. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, our attack is way too slow. It's slow and it's predictable, and that's the hallmark of it. The opposition loves an attack that's predictable. As a defensive player, I love a predictable attack. I love an attack that is slow in the build-up. Now, I've seen teams that put attacking teams on the pitch that impose their will upon you, right? Okay, this is how we're gonna play. Like we've seen Man City do it in their Centurions or their Formidable season, where you knew how they were gonna play. and you just couldn't do anything about it because they were so efficient at doing it. They're going to play out from the back. I think that's the years Sterling got 21 goals, all those cutbacks. That is cut you to death by 1,000 passes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our attack is so slow in the build-up. That's why I was loving the against the Newcastle game when I saw Zubimendi breaking up play and playing the ball forward immediately. I was like, okay, I see a technical difference there. That the clip that's going around the internet right now with Max Dahman running at everyone, that came from a pass from Zubimendi, breaking up play, playing the ball forward. That's what we expect Declan Rice to do because that's where he's best at, cleanup man. But when Declan does it, he usually save pass back to Saliba, back to Gabriel. We regroup, we build again. I seen a stat like last year, 2 years. Gabriel and Saliba has the most touches on the ball. They have the most touches because the ball goes back to them. They pass it to one another, back. They usually sprays a pass forward. Our Zubimendi, our formation that you speak of where you say it's a 3-5-2. If we go into a 4, Zubimendi and Rice sits, Odegaard is able to do his number 10 thing and push forward with the 2 wingers and the striker. I think we'll see a more free-flowing attack. His obsession with playing Declan Rice in the 8 is part of the reason why our attack is slow, because Declan isn't an attacking player. He's not. As much as we love Deckers, as much as he has brought this this fighter mentality, has an engine, gives you everything, leaves everything, he's just not an attacking player. So he's so far up the pitch. He's not very good at breaking lines. He's very good at set pieces, very good at breaking up play, stuff like that. But that's not what you need in an attacking 8, is it? The late runs into the box and all that stuff. But as far as the attack goes, it's too slow, too predictable. And Thomas Frank, who is a manager who's used to playing without the ball, he did it at Brentford, averaging 38% possession over the time he was there. He was home. It was like, okay, we're up 1-0. You can have the ball. I'm not going to allow you to break us down, and we couldn't do it. When Saka stands you up, Saka is a classic, what we used to call take what the defense gives you. He'll hold the ball, hold it, hesitate. And if the defender shows him inside, he goes outside, which he's really good at. And if he shows him outside, he goes. But he's really good at that. But because teams have worked that out, and you can't go inside when you have 2-3 players doubling up on you. So the ball goes back to Timber. It goes back to Ben White. Comes back inside to Odegaard, and then it starts all over. It's just too slow. It's too slow. It's not incisive, and there's no cutting edge in our attack. But that's why the team is screaming out for an Eze, like most of the fans in the chat are asking for. Like AJ said, big up to AJ. That 4-2-3-1. That's exactly Declan and Zubimendi sitting in the 6, and then you let the 4 players in front of him do what the 4 players in front of him do. I think you'd even see a better Martinelli because then he'll get the ball quicker. When he gets the ball quick, when he's running onto it, he's actually decent. It's when the defenders make him stop and have to think, that's when he's useless.
Yeah, man. Look, okay, so I'm going to share this with you, yeah, because we've actually, good point that AJ made, yeah. Why have we, and if you look at the comment here, I'll just read out to you. The seamless transition between systems. Arteta has moved beyond the constraints of a rigid 4-2-3-1, gradually evolving the team into a more flexible 4-3-3 structure. This formation grants Arsenal the freedom to morph its shapes mid-match without disrupting tactical balance. The versatility allows defenders to push forward during build-up, while midfielders drop deeper, which we see, or position themselves between the lines. This transformation enables the Gunners to manipulate the opposition's structure and respond fluidly to the match's flow. Against elite teams like Manchester City and Liverpool, this adaptability has allowed Arsenal to neutralise threats while exploiting wide and half-space channels precision. This doesn't necessarily bode well with a low block team, though, does it? That the 4-3-3 structure.
Yeah, but the thing with that comment that I disagree with is that we don't exploit the wide spaces. Teams gives us the wide spaces. They allow us to put the ball out wide because that's where the danger is. There's no danger with Kai Havertz. There's no danger. We have no strikers, so they know the danger is wide, specifically on the right-hand side. So they neutralize our threat on the right-hand side. So I completely disagree that we exploit wide spaces. That's what we need to do. That's why the fan base and everyone who's played football is screaming out for an upgrade on the left wing, because then we would be able to exploit. Because now we have Zubimendi who can make that diagonal switch, and Odegaard is good at a diagonal ball as well. But our attack is so one-sided because we don't exploit those white spaces. I completely disagree with that.
Do you think then, Tyrone, that it's more, and this is just a question here. Do you think it's more the tactics and the manager or the players? What's your opinion?
Oh, it's the manager. The players want to play. I think the players want to play. The players want to cook. Like if I'm Declan Rice and I'm good at cleaning up, I want to clean up. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Saka and I want to put Robinson on his ass, I want to cut in, I want to do that. The players want to play. The players want to be on a highlight reel. They want to be in memes. You know, these are young guys. You know, they're on the internet. They're in the social spaces. They want to play football. But they know if they don't do what the manager says, they won't play. They have to do a system. This is why he stands on the sideline for 90 minutes, pointing out where the ball should go and where they need to be whenever they pass it. Pass your move there. It's robotic. So it's the manager, bro. The players want to play ball. And that's why there's this talking point around the fan base. But like, okay, Arsenal won't get a Rafael Leao because he doesn't do that. He actually, he's very direct, runs at players. So it'll be very interesting to see how he incorporates Nani Madueke into the squad, because it's one of the only things that Madueke is good at is being direct. So let's see if he turns him into a robot like Pep did with Jack Grealish to recycle the ball in the name of control. Dominate, because he loves to come out after these press conferences and say we dominated the game because we had 72% possession and had 600 passes to their ones. But the thing is, we'll have 72% possession, but our XG and their XG be so close. But how can the possession be that disparity between the possession, but the XG is that close? Because when we do turn the ball over, they run at our goal with it and create a bigger chance than we do, just passing, then end up putting us across in that, that it's overhit, or we end up taking a shot that goes into Rosette. But it's on the manager, bro. The tactics, the manager is the one who sets the team up how they're going to play. The players don't go out there and you would think that when they go out there and huddle up on the center circle, be like, hey man, F what the gaffer says, we're going to play ball today. They can't do that. He has a certain setup that he wants them to play. Okay, guys, in the first 20 minutes, this is what we're going to do. We're going to press up high, and when this guy has the ball, you vacate your space and you go press him because he's weak on the ball and we want to force the ball to the left back. That's a tactical setup. That's how they come out the gate and start to play football. But the players want to actually play football. I don't know any footballer who wants to play boring football, bro.
You're right in a lot of ways, man. And this leads on to my next point as well. So if it's the tactics of the manager, how many players are we going to have to bring in? Or bringing in players, is that going to make even a difference if we bring in any players? If we bring in Eze, let's put it this way, yeah. Eze is not a left winger, and the club have said they don't see him as a left winger. So let's just put away that myth right now, yeah. But the way Eze plays is he plays quite free. If you watch him play, he's very creative. In this Arteta system, and big up to AFC always. I don't know where he is, but usually he's been mentioned yesterday. In this Arteta system, are we literally preparing a player like Eze if he comes to Arsenal? Are we preparing him to fail in this system?
Oh man, that's a great question. That's a great question. No, I don't think so, because like we have seen in cases where we go down and we need a goal, then all of a sudden he goes into panic mode and actually start playing attacking football. The problem with that is the players that he's now chucking on to play attacking football don't have the quality as he does. Right? So if you go down to one, if you start Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, and we go down to what Man City in the 60th minute, and you be like, okay, you got Zubimendi and you got Rice on the pitch. Okay, let me take off Rice and you add an Eze. All of a sudden, your attacking prowess goes up, right? It's Eze. You're not bringing on Jorginho. You're bringing on an Eze who can actually draw a player out of their position. Because if Eze drops his shoulder, goes past Rodri, Reinders, and Akanji, all these, they know who Eze is. Someone now has to come out their position. Someone now has to cheat, right? And then you have Gyökeres there who is going to occupy that space. But if it's two defensive players and all the creative impetus is placed on Odegaard, and we're down 1-0, we need a goal, it doesn't happen. But yeah, Eze comes to the team. He adds a certain thing to the squad that we don't have, you know. And if you're on the pitch in the 78th minute with tired legs and you see Eze coming on, you'll be like, oh shit, man. You know, now you have to really lock in because this guy is dangerous and he can hurt you in so many different ways. You know, he can hurt you with a pass, can drag you out of position, and he's got a goal in him, a banger too.
See, you see the points that you've made. Yeah, you're 100%. The point that I don't agree with is that I don't believe that Eze should be coming on. I think he should be starting games.
I do.
I think he's much more creative than a lot of players in this team. And all right, it's all good, like him playing 70 minutes and then coming off. That's fine. He's not had a great game. But I think we need him from the start now. We've seen enough of Arsenal already. We've seen enough of these players, yeah. This guy needs to start for us.
Yeah. So the reason why I said come off the bench is because he's not an Arsenal player right now. If Eze was signed on June 1st and he was training and did a preseason, I'm saying he's starting. But there's no scenario I see him coming in and starting. Say we sign Eze next week or the week after. I don't see him starting until 3-4 games in, if that. You know, he's not benching Declan. He's not benching Zubimendi. That's his marquee signing. You know, most people are saying that Gyökeres is a marquee sign. I think really, 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 you know, Zubimendi's been announced since January. Yeah. So, you know, it was well known that he was coming to the club. Did Waffle Down just kick himself out the stream? Waffle Down just kicked himself out the stream. But big up to the chat still. Yeah, I don't think Eze signs right away. Now, I'm of the opinion, chat, that we don't get Eze. But should we do get an Eze, I don't think he starts right away. I think we're looking at Eze starting for Arsenal maybe maybe September, October at best, if we sign him. And that's a big if, because he has to be embedded in. Our system is very complex, very complicated. Hence why our manager doesn't trust the players to play it. He has to dictate play from the sideline. So Eze will need time to learn all that stuff. So I don't see him starting most games, especially not right away.
Serious. That's a problem for me.
Yeah.
That's a problem for me.
Our starting midfield would be Rice, Odegaard, Zubimendi. Yeah. Unless he's going to start him left wing. Unless he's going to start him at left wing. But that's not where Eze does his best work.
But naturally, if he started in left wing, isn't Eze going to naturally invert?
He will, but I tell you what, even if we do start Eze left wing, I think he's an upgrade on Trossard or Martinelli on the left side. I just think that's not where he does best. I think out there you'll see him give you 6-7 performances. In the 10, I see he can give you 8-9s, and that's what we need. You know, like I can see us peppering teams' goals with Eze in the 10, peppering them, absolute peppering them. You know, the balls that he can play through for a Gyökeres. And just his creative abilities, man. We be peppering teams. We be peppering teams. Absolute peppering teams.
Sorry.
Now, when you're a baller, man, like when you're a baller, you've played ball. Big up to Igal for the raid.
He's raided us, yeah.
Yeah, I think I just see the flash that said Igal raid. Yeah, when you're a baller, man, and you're playing football, there's nothing more than you love than someone who is on your level. You know, when you're Bakaya Saka and you cut in and you see Eze, you know, you see a Gyökeres, that's what you need. You don't want to see a damn, you know, a Havertz and a Jorginho. You know, you ballers want to play with ballers, man. You know, so I really get excited when I think about the Eze signing. I just think I'm working myself up for a letdown, bro. I don't think it's happening, man. I really don't think it's happening.
Do you think that we're overthinking stuff right now? Because we've spoken about the tactics, the 4-3-3, converted into a 3-2-5. We've spoken about, you know, Arteta's rigid style of play. But do you think like we're kind of overthinking? Because in the Newcastle game, we won that game, and there weren't too many people screaming about, you know, the players in that game. There weren't too much criticism about players in that game. Are we being a bit melodramatic right now because we lost to Spurs, and you know what? It was a friendly, but we don't see it as a friendly. But do you think we're being a bit melodramatic because we might play against Villarreal tomorrow or whenever we play them,
Wednesday,
and we might see absolute baller display? But we want to see that, don't we?
I don't think were we that great against Newcastle still. I think Max Diamond was the shining light that walked away from the Newcastle game. I don't think we were great against Newcastle. You know, the Moreno finish was great. I don't think we're particularly great against Newcastle. I think we will be better against Villarreal at the Emirates on Wednesday. But yeah, the Tottenham tax, it's real. We don't like losing to them, man. Especially when the way they scored, and then we had most of the ball and couldn't break them down. There is Tottenham tax attached to that. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that's expected, isn't it? It's Tottenham. You know, they've been trolling us all summer long. They won a trophy. Then man, didn't they parade past our stadium with the damn trophy?
Yeah.
It's the Tottenham tax is real there. Yeah, we never want to lose to them, man, isn't it? But
let me tell you something about Tottenham. I watched them today against Newcastle. Yeah, Thomas Frank, and I don't want to compliment Spurs that much, but Thomas Frank, he's conjuring up an army. Spurs. I'm not saying they're going to go into the season, but they're going to be very hard to break down and very hard to beat. They're very physical now, and they move the ball very quickly. It's almost like they're a kind of like thing of us, but obviously certain players. Do you know what? Some of their players are just as good as our players, I think. But they're going to be very hard to beat next season. I don't see that as an easy game next season.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough game, and this is another reason why with the Eze thing, and I get upset, and I talk to Cav and Tony and all these men to tell me that we're getting Eze. Even Godfrey, I think Godfrey told me that we're getting Eze, right? So I'm gonna hold you to that, Godfrey. Like today, what happened in the Tottenham and Newcastle game with their number 10?
Madison.
What happened? Madison got hurt, cried. So now they might need a number 10. Eze is available.
Oh, I didn't even clock that.
These are the things that I think about, my brother. This is what I'm saying. So Arsenal thinks that the football landscape just sit around and wait on us to do what we're doing. Like, this is what happens when you drag your feet. Injuries happen to other players. This domino may fall. That domino may fall. Right? No one, like Ekitike didn't have going to Liverpool in his plans this summer. But the opportunity presented itself when Isak said he wasn't going there, or when Newcastle said he wasn't for sale. So Liverpool moved on and went and got him. I mean, they're still going to get Isak, but these are the dynamics that happen in the transfer window that can affect teams. Like the Tottenham boardroom can literally be sitting in their boardroom right now and be like, okay, let's go get Isak before Arsenal get him because we can't depend on Maddison for he's another injury. It's a London club. They got Champions League. They're good in PSR. They signed Kudus. Now they've got the money.
They've got that money because they went to get Morgan with that money.
They do have the money, so you could see a midfield of Sar, Kudus, and Eze. That's better than ours. Controversial, whatever, but it's better. It would be better.
What about their front line? Is it better than ours?
Their front line is who? Solanke. Nah, yeah, our front line is better.
They got Solanke, Kudus.
Yeah.
And who's the other one?
It's Tell and Brennan Johnson and Richard. Yeah. I think our front line is better, but their midfield was cooked. You know. So Bayern has already been linked with Eze. Now Tottenham could be informed because Madison can't be trusted, bro. He's always injured.
So I'm a bit concerned about that. You know, now you've mentioned that because I thought, Madison's injured now, but Eze will be the perfect replacement to get right now.
Yeah. Now go on.
And he's like. I think he's an upgrade on Maddison, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, it's an upgrade. There's a reason why Madison didn't make the England squad and he did. You know? So whenever these things happen in football and transfers and injuries, the first thought that goes through my head is, how does this affect Arsenal? That's it. And I think through it. Okay, what are the connections? Okay, a number 10 gets hurt. Number 10 gets injured. It's a London club. We're in for a number 10. We need a number 10. Wagwan. I could see Spurs going in for him. Not saying he goes there, but we have no divine right to his rights. And if we're going to be, lowballing and trying to pay, the transfer is already expired. So now it's a negotiating thing because there is no release clause anymore. It's expired. So now it's a strict negotiation. If Levy says, hey, I give you 60 mil up front for Eze, you need the money to go spend so you can go bolster your squad for your Europa League or your Conference League campaign coming up. They'll listen. They'll listen. Yeah. I mean, Palace don't have any allegiance to Arsenal. They'll listen to it.
And the thing is, it's up to Eze then, isn't it? Because even though Eze says he wants to come to Arsenal, money talks at the end of the day, and it's who flinches first, isn't it? Who flinches first? So yeah, that one's a bit worrying. But apart now, I'm talking about Eze.
Mm-hmm.
We still need someone on the left. We still need a left winger, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
We can't just be happy with Eze. We still need a left winger.
Yeah, oh shit. If I'm sitting here dreading saying we're not
about Rodrigo, don't mention that name.
Yeah, that's gone. That's gone.
What about Lookman? Lookman's been writing letters. He wants to go to Inter Milan. 45 years. He's writing letters.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I don't know what the chat thinks about Lookman. Big up to the chat. 54 locked in. Big up to the chat. See, here's my thing on Lookman is I've been consistent with this. I've seen Lookman at Fulham. I've seen him at Everton. I've seen him at Leicester.
Charlton as well.
Yeah, he flushed out the Premier League. He's doing well in the Italian league. Let him stay there. It's just that Arsenal fans we're so starved on our left side that we want anything other than Martinelli and Trossard. We would have taken a Matoma, Leal, Nico Williams, the names, anyone but Trossard or Martinelli going to the season. And, I don't know if you read the article or seen the story about Arteta blocking the sale of Martinelli. Have you seen that one? The more
blocking the sale.
Yeah, like there's that. I read an article a day ago, 2 days ago. I think even Kurt Shaw did a piece on it. That there's interest in Martinelli from Saudi. There was interest from Bayern Munich, but Mikel Arteta sees Martinelli as a big part of his future plans. I'm like, brother, are we watching the same player? Like the more and more I watch Martinelli play, the more now I put him in the Kai Havertz category. Now I'm no longer mad at the player. Big up to Terrell Gunner TV.
Big up, man. Terrell.
I'm not mad at the player. Now, okay, the coach. This is completely down to the manager. The player's not picking himself. Like if you are watching Martinelli play over the past 2 or 3 seasons, and you want more of that, he is peaked. There is not another step for him to take. The 2022/2023 Martinelli was the best version of him we'll ever see. Even if he scores 10 to 12 goals this season, and that's a stretch. I just think he's peak, and we need to move on from it. Not for sale. Yeah, he's not, brother. We need an upgrade there.
Taron, yeah, you know, I seen this comment the other day from someone who said, "Why do fans think like they know more better than the manager, or better than?" And then you see players like Martinelli that week in, week out puts in poor performances. Now, I like Martinelli. I like the lad. Yeah. But can we always just blame coaching? When does the player start to use their intelligence now?
Yeah, I mean,
or are they just limited?
Yeah, if football is played up here, right? But you still need some amount of skill. I just don't think he has the amount of skill to play left wing for a team to consistently challenge for the highest honors in football. I just don't. Better, we're talking about Robert Pires levels. Let's think about that. To those people who would say we think we know more than the coach, when we used to win, who was on our left wing, or in our 4-4-2, who was on that left side? You see the levels. Martinelli, where would Martinelli fit in that squad? Just Pires' touch. That's what he didn't need blistering pace. Because Dennis Bergkamp didn't have blistering pace. His touch was 2-3 steps ahead of you.
Is Martinelli still living off that 15 goal a season tax? Because that's all we hear, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tie him back to that 2022, 2020, or maybe he's like a Lookman. Maybe he'll go to that Italian league or La Liga and cook somewhere else. But he's had that season that you had in 22, 23. You're supposed to kick on from that. He's regressing. He's gotten progressively worse over 2 seasons, and unfortunately at Arsenal we don't have the luxury of time for you to come out of a 2-year rut. You know, we need an upgrade. Everyone who see the weaknesses in our team know that we need an upgrade on that left-hand side. But he's not going anywhere. So, okay, keep him. And on August 31st, when we go to Anfield and they triple up on Saka and force the ball to that side, and he just keeps dribbling out of bounds and just spamming in crosses that finds no one, then those people, then they won't be here in the chat to answer for it. They will then come on board and be like, yeah, now I'm done with Martinelli. But brother, we saw this. Now it's another season wasted. You know what I'm saying? You have to predict some of these things. You know, there's a reason why people collect data, you know. You know, you collect data to prevent future mistakes. You know, like you look at his output and it's just not good enough for the future of Arsenal Football Club.
On to like the future in terms of, let's just talk about the Man United game in isolation, just that one game, yeah? Are you confident? Are you confident about that game?
They won't beat us.
3 points.
They won't beat us. So, you know, like you go into most football matches, there's 3 possible results, right? You can win, you can lose, and you can draw. Well, that result, we're not losing. We're not losing that game. There's only 2 results.
So you should see. A confident Taron would say we're winning that game.
No, I'm not.
But you said we're not losing that game, so that means are we setting up not to lose and not to win either?
That game got 1-1 written all over it.
Oh,
yeah, it does. It does. It does have a 1-1 written all over it. So there's only 2. Either we win or we draw. We're not losing though. They don't beat us. I don't. You know, we're difficult to beat. You know, as much as you know, I'm toxic and negative and on that side of the fence.
How are you?
You know, but this team has lost 15 Premier League games over the past 3 seasons combined. We're hard to beat. You know, just for context of the chat, Man United lost 18 games last year. We've lost 15 over the past 3 seasons. We're hard to beat.
Was we hard to beat the other day against Tottenham?
Don't get lobbed. Don't get lobbed. I specifically, I'm talking about the Premier League fixtures. Now, even them haven't beaten us in 2 seasons, you know? So we're hard to beat in the Premier League. We just draw too many damn games. That's been our Achilles. So I don't think Man United beat us. Either we win that game or we draw 1-1. You know, but yeah, those prediction shows going to be lit. You know, in 2 weeks time, about 10 days, 10 to 12 days.
Do you think though, if United bring in, I don't know, a Sesko or a striker or something like that? Because remember as well, yeah, that new players that are playing against us might be a bit more unpredictable. Obviously, Cunha's played against us and Burma's played against us. I think Burma scored against us before, hasn't he? He scored against us, isn't he?
Yeah, he scored against us at the Emirates, I think.
Yeah, and he's in a better team now. Arguably a better team now. So I'm a bit worried about that game. I'll be honest with you.
I'm worried because we need 3 points and it got 1-1 written all over it because now we're already off of it. Right. So, but I'm not going to sleep on August 16th sweating like, oh, we're going to Old Trafford. I don't, you know, my prediction will come at a later time and shit, but I just don't think they beat us. Like, yeah, our defense is still our defense. If Big Gabby is still playing in Saliba, you know, I'm still calm with our defense. It's just I need to see Gyökeres start on Wednesday. I need him to not only just start, but I need him to start with the first team, and play heavy minutes and play as a collective. But the Man United game, we've quieted bigger, better offenses, better attacks than to be worried about Bruno and the rest of them lot. Big up to Beans and Toast. Big up to AJ, Eldon.
Listen, I'm gonna go through the comments, people. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we have to try and get through the show as well. I'm gonna go through the comments, so don't worry about that, people. Yeah. I was thinking the other day, and probably a lot of people are saying this as well. Yeah, I think we still need another number 9. As crazy as it sounds, I still think we need a number 9. I don't think Kai Havertz is a good enough backup. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with you. Now, when you look at, we talked about quality depth. If you really look at our team, like right back is the only position we have quality depth. Yeah. Between Timber and Timber. Yeah. Everywhere else, there's a drop off. Everywhere else, unless we say we had a manager who sees Declan Rice as a 6, and we could actually play, the 4-2-3-1, or a 4-3-3. Because if Eze comes into the team, then I'm looking at an attacking 4-3-3. I want to see Eze in the 10, Odegaard left there, because Arteta seems to like a left-footed left there. Okay, play Odegaard there. He's better than Xhaka. Right? He can pass the ball better than Xhaka. He's faster, quicker. He leads the press and all that stuff. Then we played our best football that year with Xhaka playing your left 8. So a 4-3-3 with Eze in the 10, Odegaard on the left, and Zubimendi and or Rice. I'm calm. But as far as your point about we needing another striker, yeah, but that's as far away than we getting Rodrigo right now. Because he still sees Havertz as his man, as his guy. So if Havertz stays healthy and can give us 20 games.
This question here, man.
Yeah.
Is it realistic to be getting angry at the end of the season with no trophies if no one thinks we're good enough to win a trophy right now? I think that's a great question.
But that's the thing, boy, Dio. That's the thing. I don't agree, because I think we are good enough to win a trophy right now. I wouldn't be angry at Arteta if I thought the team was shit. If I thought the team was shit, I'll come on and be like, okay, the team is not good, bro. That's just this another top 4 year. But this team is good enough to win something. We're better than Crystal Palace. They won we're better than Newcastle.
Yeah, but is it good enough to win the Premier League or Champions League?
He said to win a trophy.
Oh, okay.
He didn't say the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? He said a trophy. I think this team is good enough to win something. And with a midfield of Odegaard, Rice, and Partey, and a front line of Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz, you brought the Premier League to the last day in 23-24. So the team is good enough to win something.
But that's only if the manager wants them to win. So FA Cup, you should be playing your strong team. But everyone now wants Dalman in the team. They want Ethan in the team. How are we going to overcome certain hurdles when we're going for like a Carabao Cup or FA Cup? Because this guy needs to win a trophy next season, as you said, yeah. The Premier League's obviously the hardest one, yeah. 38 games. Champions League's got to be difficult. But the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, we've got Chelsea, very good team. Man City, very good. Liverpool, yeah. Tottenham. All these teams now, which we didn't take advantage of last season, are going to be going for these cups now.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be saying we're good enough to win this cup. But I've just listed out 4 other teams that are also going to be very good enough to win a cup. And they've won. And 2 of these teams, or 3 of these teams already have won trophies last season.
Be better. Be better than them. That's it. Be better. Those 90 minutes, be better. You're 6 years in, be better. And the point that Dio is saying, that is it right for fans to get angry at the end of the season? Brother, we're angry right now because the club is showing that they want to go into another season unprepared. I'm not angry at the end of the season. I'm mad right now that we are going in with hope. You prepared, you give yourself the best possible chance to win a Premier League, right? You control the controllables. You knew you needed a striker. Okay, you took longer than than most people thought you would. This idea that it takes so long to get a striker. We have so many examples of rivals doing it. João Pedro was on the beach in Brazil. Nico Jackson got a red card and couldn't play. Chelsea said, okay, we don't have a striker. There's a guy in the beach in Brazil. Go get him. They go sign him within a week. He plays for them in the semifinal, scores 2 goals, fires them in the final, scores in the final. Only Arsenal takes forever to do these deals, and then we call it negotiation and all this, but every other team finds a way. Be better.
So is that the motto for next season then? To be better in all aspects of the game, every position. Be better. Be better
than the opposition. Be better. Yeah, be better. Be better than Man United. Don't let Man United come to the Emirates and knock us out the FA Cup. Be better. You know, don't let Newcastle come to the Emirates and punch us up 2-0. Be better. You're these men are paid enough to be better. I don't feel sorry for these players, man. They're well compensated.
Let's go through some of these comments, man. Sorry, guys, man. There's been so many comments today, man. So let's just go through. Boy 10, he says, without Eze, which trophies does the chat think we can win? So that's out to the chat. Without Eze, I think we can have a strong campaign in the FA Cup, maybe Carabao Cup, but it all depends on. I don't think Arteta's got a choice in prioritizing next season now as well, because he has to win a trophy. You can't just pin it on the Premier League and Champions League now. I don't think that argument actually, even though it's important that we win those two, he still has to win something. And whether the fans accept it or not, that's another argument. But I still think he needs to pick up one of those trophies. What do you think?
Which we win all of them. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, Abs. Prior to the start of last season, I heard a lot of Arsenal fans going into the season say, what's an acceptable season in coming up, right? And I remember, man, like Dan Potts, Turkish, all the big channels were saying, if we take the Premier League down to the last day, or say we get knocked out the quarterfinal of the Champions League to Real Madrid, I'd consider it a decent Champions League run. Well, guess what? We got Real Madrid in the Champions League and we beat them. The team that everyone said I would have accepted if we got knocked out to this team. Well, we got that team and we knocked them out. So if we were good enough to beat them, a cup run is nothing more than you put 5 or 6 good games together and you win a cup. That 2020 team that we used to win the FA Cup, brother, Chelsea was better than us. That Chelsea team was better than us. Man City that we knocked out in the semifinals, they were better than us. A cup run, you be better and you put 6 or 7 good cup games together, you win a cup. Man City was better than us, but we didn't even need them to lose their last game. We just needed them to draw with West Ham and we would have won. You put yourself in the best possible position going into the season is why I'm upset, boy 10. Control the controllable. So don't go into another season when you lack goals without a striker. Okay, you get the striker, but you also know that you need to create for the striker, right? Because he's not Henry that's going to pick up the ball on 118, put 3 or 4 scousers on their ass and put it in the top in the far corner at Anfield. He's not going to do that. So now you need to create for him. How do you create for him? Okay, you get another winger that can create, that can get by his man. You already have one, and then you add an attacking midfielder whose sole purpose will be to break the lines and create chances for him.
You make it sound like it's so easy, you know, like a coach. You're watching the game, you're watching the training session. You bring this player in, that player does that. You've got the striker that we wanted. You make it sound like it's just so easy just to bring everything together, break down teams, win games. Is it as simple as that?
No, what I'm saying is going into the season, you give yourself a best chance because you're going to get decisions to go against you. You're going to get a bad VAR call. You're going to get a bad refereeing decision. You're going to get some fixture congestion where you have to
injuries as well.
Yeah, you're going to get injuries. You know, however, say you get a bad call. Okay. Say you're playing against a Brentford at the Emirates. You score a goal. Man, forget to draw the lines and they score. It's 1-1, right? Now, if you go and kill off that game and you score 3 goals, all of a sudden that decision doesn't matter. But when you score 1 goal and then you sit back and defend a 1-goal lead, they equalize and then you drop 2 points. and then you go blame, oh, they forgot to draw the line. Yes, that's true. They forgot to draw the line. I get it. But you also had 60 minutes of football to play, and you decided to play this way. No, go kill the game off. Always expect something to go against you. Liverpool had decisions to go against them this season, but they won those games 3-1, 4-1.
No excuses either. No excuses.
Right. So we use the Brighton games and 1-1s as referee. Okay, the referee decision, it will happen. Those things will happen. It's a human game, isn't it? It will happen. So, but you have to control the things you can control. When you have 70% possession of the ball, create more chances, score more goals. So when those decisions do go against you, you've created a buffer to deal with it. Instead of just saying, oh, the refs cost us the game because it's a 1-1. And nah, brother. Things happen in football.
100%. Let me go through some of these comments, man.
Yeah, man.
So this is from Paradigm. It says Martinelli has hit his ceiling. We deserve better.
Yeah, man.
Big up to Dr. Seymour Butts, journeyman proctologist, or however you said it. I think Martinelli and ESR are down to the manager. He's ruined them. Boy 10 says Martinelli would be good in a team of attackers that draw attention. Funny enough, he would be a great player at Bayern, although I think Musiala has to be fit to get the best version of Bayern Nelly. Dr. Seymour says Boy 10 should at least be winning the cups. Don't think Champions League and Prem are in reach, but I don't think the cups are anywhere near enough. Sheldon Johnson says we simply don't do well against Man United. Yeah, we this is another thing as well. Yeah, those things that you mentioned, mentality as well. We go to Old Trafford like we have a complex. Like Manchester seems to be like even though they could be at their worst, it seems to be an uphill thing with them. You know, last year I think we beat them 1-0 or something like just 1-0. I would like to go to Man United and actually batter them. That's why we want to see Gyökeres start in the next game. Havertz has had a couple of games now. He's not looked great. Yeah. We know what Havertz can do. We don't know what Gyökeres can do. So come on, just take the handbrake off Arteta and give us what we want. Give us what we want.
You said Havertz hasn't looked great, brother. He's looked worse. I didn't know that he could look worse. You know,
worst for the worst, my people's comes first. Yeah,
was already bad. Then I'm like, how does he look worse than last year? My God, and it's not like the manager is giving him minutes trying to play him into form to get something out of him. And even he has to be thinking, okay, I have to give up on this because there's no way. Right? There is no way we're competing. If man gonna have Isak and Ekitike, and man gonna have Marmoush and Haaland, we're gonna need more than than Havertz. So Gyökeres has some weight on his shoulders, because he's got a lot.
The thing is, I'm gonna go through the comments in a bit. Gyökeres has a lot of weight, and we can see the weight already because he's looking big already. Yeah. But the thing is with Gyökeres, these rival fans want to see. He can't touch the ground. He's not touching the ground. They don't want to see him touching the ground. They want to see him banging.
Yeah.
They want to see him banging goals.
Yeah. They've already onto it, man. I've seen right after the game, people came into my chat talking about Ghost Perez. I'm like, brother, he played 13 minutes,
and he runs like chunks and all that.
Disrespect. 13 minutes. Got him.
Disrespect. Calm it down. Anyway, let me go through the comments. Theo, because Arteta has wasted 6 years of winnable League Cups and FA Cups and 3 winnable Prems as well, of course, I'm angry at that. Big up to AJ in the building. Theo, even with Eze, we are winning nothing if Arteta gets the full season. Interesting. This is gonna be a long season. I think it is gonna be a long season, man. Big up to everyone in the building. Big up to
bro.
Huh?
It's the same 38 games, man, bro.
yeah. But you know what, bro, man? That first game if we lose is gonna feel like 100 games to go.
Right.
It's not gonna. I can imagine. Can you remember last season? Bruno scored that free kick. We're going to talk about the goalkeeper as well because me and Tony had words yesterday.
Damn Tony, man.
Was it yesterday or Friday? Friday, yeah. Friday.
Yeah.
We had words about the goalkeeper. But I'm going to get into that in a bit, though. Yeah. But can you remember that free kick where Raya just said, "You know what?
Have the goal. There
score.
it is.
There it is. Just score." But we're going to get into Raya in a bit. Yeah. 18 likes, people. Let's get to 20. If we're not on 20, let's push up the likes. Let's subscribe to both channels as well. BBK's names in the description. Mods, if you can, put the link for BBK in the stream as well, so we can get some more subscribers on his channel. Thank you and appreciate it. As AJ said it there, I don't even have to repeat it. And it's also for BBK as well, because we're obviously this is our thing. So 5 Guns is our thing, people, going forward. So make sure you subscribe. But we got Marino. No one's talking about Marino. Can't we have him as a second striker?
Nah.
I'm up to Bucharest.
Let Marino play where he plays best.
Have you seen him finish? His finishing is just.
His finishing is great, but Mikel Marino can be leading in the line for Arsenal Football Club in phase 6, phase 7, or year 10. No. Not no second striker. Not no. He is a midfielder. You know, let him. Is
he a midfielder though? Because the way he plays in midfield, you might as well just put him at the back as a centre back.
Yeah,
he can't move.
Yeah, he's slow, but you know, like typically Spanish midfielders aren't really quick. You know, Sergio Busquets is one of the best midfielders we've ever seen. That boy's slower than you know. When you have the tech, you know, you have the tech. You know, so yeah, get him as. I love when he runs into the box and he's finishing inside the box is better than Collins.
Yeah,
you know. So big up to the Southern Gooner in the chat. Big up, Matty. Big up, bro.
Big up, man. We're gonna. Hey, I haven't heard from Southern Gooner for a while, man. But I'm gonna get to it. Taron, bro, how can I get your contact info?
Hey, just send me a message on Instagram, brother. BBK Sports 23 on Instagram. I will respond to you today, ASAP. Yeah, man.
Big up, man. Big up. Yeah, man. Okay. Let's go through the chat here because we've got a few more things to go through. Won't be long. As soon as we realize it's going to be unfruitful, takeaways, the emotion. Just wait for next season. And if you haven't watched the start of this video, yeah. We ran a video of Arteta 2 years ago, and he was. What did you see from Arteta that was different to compared to now? Didn't he seem a bit more lively, a bit more, you know? He seemed quite cheeky in it, quite, you know. I do this, like he was interested in what he does. He's changing this, he's changing that.
Yeah. So the thing, the takeaway that I make from the video that you played, that he says all these things, right? But it comes off as if those things that he talks about only happen to Arsenal. Oh, I have a flat tire, or I got to take this. Brother, adversity is a part of football. All those things that you said that affects the games that you're going into and the season that you're going into affects every other club. You have to react to those adversities. The road to a championship, the road to a trophy is never paved smoothly. Ask any champion who's ever won anything at any level, even in Sunday League, bro. Sunday League, you going into a fight, all of a sudden, one of your best player, his wife, it goes into labor. He can't play. Like, shit happens in football, but he makes it sound as though that all these things just happen only to Arsenal. And the comparison to him and before, he doesn't seem like he's a manager under pressure. He seems like he feels like he has infinite time at the club. And that doesn't sit well with me, because he should be feeling pressure a lot more than he's getting from the press, from the fans. You know, I said this on Shane Gunas the other day. Like, whenever you put any kind of standard on Arteta and the club, that defenders of him they act like you're asking him to cure cancer or some shit, or you're asking him to, you know, solve some world conflict. Brother, we're asking you not to go 6 years without a trophy. That's a pretty low bar, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty low bar. Don't go 6 years without a trophy at the biggest club in London, third biggest club in England. Blah blah. You know the cliche. You know.
it. You know, there's two players that we still kept hold on. We still kept hold of so far. Martinelli and Trossard. Now, I've heard what you've had to say about Madueke, you know, coming into the side. And maybe if those two ain't playing well, Trossard's injured right now. There's a possibility Trossard hasn't signed a contract and he might be on his way. There may be times where Madueke is comes and plays on the left. Now we've seen your stat already that you've always showed out that he's terrible on the left. Yeah. Do you have a concern about that?
Yeah.
Because he's playing for Arsenal now, Taron. Yeah, he's not playing for Chelsea no more. So we're going to be slightly different in terms of our attack. Our attack. Do you still have a concern about that? Because wouldn't it be nicer to see what he has rather than Martinelli? Because Madueke is not going to have his head down running. He's going to be trying different things. I would have thought. But what's your take on it?
Yeah, he didn't have his head down when he was doing it at Chelsea, and he didn't produce. His head was wide up the whole time. He looks very good with the ball at his feet. Very concerned about it. He was there, and he did. So my biggest concern, Waffle Don, is that if you're gonna go for an upgrade on your left wing, you don't go for an if. It's an if, because he's primarily a right winger. He's a left-footed right winger who inverts at Chelsea. Couldn't cook there, so they put Neto over there, and he came in and out for Sancho or Nkunku on the left-hand side. But if you want to upgrade on Martinelli, you go get a proven left winger who's shown you that they've played the position at a high level, because that's what we require. We require high output on our left-hand side. We're being carried by our right-hand side in our defense. Essentially, that's what Arsenal Football Club is. Everything comes down the right, and we're very hard to beat and very hard to break down. So go get a winger who's proven that they can do it. Madueke is the if. On the right-hand side where he is best, he mustered up 7 Premier League goals. Martinelli scored 8. Martinelli scored 8 Premier League goals last year. We universally agree he had a shit season. So I don't understand how Arsenal fans can say Madueke is going to do this when on his best wing, in a team that with creative players, he produced less than Martinelli, but we want to get rid of Martinelli, so it's not an upgrade by any metric. By any measure, it's not an upgrade. Just because he looks good dribbling with the ball doesn't impress me. You're a professional footballer. I dare you know how to dribble.
You know, one of the biggest things for me, and I'm going to go to this comment as well from Boy Dio as well. If we're going to win the league, then Rice can't be the 8. I 100% agree with this. I think Zubi and Rice should alternate or play as a 2. I don't think both of those two on the pitch. I want to see both of those two on the pitch because I don't like Declan in that 8 position, bro. I don't like it.
Yeah. Because he's so scared to lose, especially like the big games. Like when we go to Anfield, that's what you're going to see. It's going to be Declan and Zubimendi. I would like to see him experiment more attacking when we play teams who we know we're going to have 67 to 75% possession of the ball. Like if we're at home against Sunderland, you don't need 2 defensive players in the midfield, right? And so those are the games that I want to see Ethan and Max Diamond get a run out. Those are the games that you give Declan rest or Zubimendi rest rotation for 38 games, 8 league phase Champions League games. These are the games that you have to make sure that those guys get rest, you know? But I've always said Declan does his best work in front of the back 4, not in the 8. But Arteta, he sees them going further up a bit. And in the 2023-2024 season, he did play, well in that 8. But, we had Thomas Partey was the best 6 at the club. So, I mean, I get it. but then you replace Partey with Zubimendi, and then now what do you do with Rice? This is the problem he's created for himself by playing Declan Rice in the 8 and not getting an actual 8. I think he should play Odegaard more in the 8 and then play Eze or an actual 10 in the 10. Play players in their actual positions. I mean, who knew?
It's important that we get Eze now, isn't it? We have to get this guy over the line now.
Yeah, I think if we don't get him, it goes without saying we're not giving ourselves the best chance to win major honors.
Yeah, let's go through the comments, man. Because boy, people are just commenting. Hold on, this is one of the 5 guns in the building, Mr. Tony Claude Gunner. Today. But he's one of the 5, yeah, he's one of the 5. So big up to Tony Claude Gunner, and I'm sure in the next few weeks, because I know he does his refereeing and he's busy sometimes on Sundays, but hopefully we will see him, every now and again. He's very much part of the team, the 5 Guns team, and yeah, hopefully you guys, and Tony he doesn't mess about. So big up to Tony Claude Gunner in the building, and if you haven't subscribed to him already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, people. 38 people still in the chat, people. Yeah, thank you for the engagement, people. It's been amazing, our first 5 Gun show. I really appreciate it. Obviously, I appreciate you, BBK, every time. Yeah, Let's go for the comments. Big up to Tony. Big up. Man said he's angry right now. Boy Dio doesn't mess about. I'll tell you, after 10 games, if we win in the league, might take 6.
No, 10 games, too early.
We're over 20 years on the spin, not having won the league and bottled it 5 times since. Of course, we are angry. Dio, what did you say in the season? Arteta bottled it at 93%. I think Dio's trying to I don't think he's trying to say why you guys are angry. I think he's just logically, it's hold on. If we don't expect Arsenal to win the league, why are we so angry about it? That's what he's saying. Which I can understand, but there's something called emotion and there's something called desire.
Yeah.
You still want your team to get over the line, and you're still gonna be down and angry about it if they don't. That he failed, but he failed that season when he wouldn't start, and Ketty and let Jesus get injured. AJ, lower your expectations, save yourself, says Shaden. Spurs are some goofy metaphysical reason, but Nketiah had to get a hat-trick in 22-23 for us to win the league. Arteta skipped on all opportunities to let that happen. Then I don't think either the cup saving club needs to win a trophy. He needs to win a major to save his hide. We've spoken on this already, haven't we? We know what he needs to do. The cups are to lift the fan base, because that gives us a little bit of time. We won't be getting, you haven't won a cup in 5 years. Look at Spurs. They won their first cup in how many years? 17 years. And look at them. Look at them now. Chelsea won the club World Cup. And look at them now. Chest is just massive. Sheldon says the assumption that we will win the games we won last season is laughable, but I'm just waiting to be surprised because we need a change. We are not getting that. And this is another thing, BBK, as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the end of these comments here. A new season brings new challenges. So last season, how we played last season doesn't necessarily translate to next season. We're already seeing that Gabriel, he's injured. No one knows what Gabriel is. So if we don't start with Gabriel at the start of the season now, and it's maybe Kivior wants to go, even though we see Mosquera and he looks half decent, he's untested in the Premier League game. So we've also got challenges ahead of us, very big challenges ahead of us. But
so the thing with the cups, just to touch back on the cups, say we had won the FA Cup or the EFL Cup doing one of our title challenges, I think that experience of actually touching the cup, actually winning something, may have pushed these guys on to give a little more towards the end of the title run. Right? That's what winning does, right? But this coming from Sheldon, that the assumption that we will win the games that we lost season, because that's the thing, right? Man, that damn Cape. I hope he's watching that, because there's the thing. Arsenal fans like to do this, so we're trying to put hopium in. That when we speak of football, it's like it's only linear when it's us. Like you hear the guy saying, "Okay, I don't think Verts is going to bang at Liverpool. He's never played in the Premier League. This guy hasn't played with this guy. It's not gonna. They're gonna gel." But how do we know that Gyökeres is gonna bang? How do we know that Zubimendi is gonna? He's never kicked a ball in the Premier League. You know, so they don't keep that same energy when they talk about other teams. Like football is only linear at Arsenal. Oh, Saka's coming back. Everyone's coming back from injury. We didn't have the injuries that we had last year, and we're gonna win the league. Like, no, that's completely not how it works, isn't it? That's why if preseason wasn't important, they wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that our preseason is almost done, Abs. It's 2 weeks left, and we just got the striker in, and we still don't have a number 10 or a left wing.
We have to move quickly next week.
Yeah, so whoever comes in at number 10 at left wing won't have a preseason. That boy 10 is one of the reasons why I'm angry now, because then the excuse is laid.
But Eze is getting a preseason at his former club now, right now.
Yeah, but he needs to get a preseason with Gyökeres and Zubimendi and these men, because we play a completely different system. We have the ball. We play with the ball 60% possession at a time. It's actually easier. It's frustrating, but it's actually easier to play counter-attacking football. You know, when you get in a counter-attacking system, you get the ball. You know exactly who's going to be where. Every time
isn't he one of isn't Arteta? Isn't Eze in a counter attacking team a delight to watch?
Brother, he is
lightning.
It's clearly so. That's the thing. Here's why I think he would work in an Arsenal team, even though we're not a counter-attacking team. We have the ability to turn teams over. If Declan is cleanup man, he cleans up. When we decide to press, I challenge people to go back and watch the Arsenal versus Newcastle game where we beat them 4-1 at the Emirates previous season. Brother, they could not get out of the half. They couldn't get to the halfway line to where we were pressing them, right? You know what I'm saying? It was 4-0. Willer consolation goal in like the 85th minute, whatever. We have the ability to turn teams over. When we turn teams over like that, Eze is one of the best players at moving the ball quickly to where it needs to be. That's why Mateta loves him. That's why Mateta is being even linked to big clubs right now, because he was on the end of so many of those. Even the FA Cup final, he got that ball, played Mateta through, then he became on the receiving end of his own buildup. He would cook at Arsenal, bro, with an actual striker and with a because we have a better defense than Palace.
Let's go through these comments, man. This is supposed to be an hour, but I've gone quite over. Okay, at least Arteta isn't talking about being there for the next 20 years like Ruben Amorim.
I saw that.
I don't think we lack goals this season, though. We have goals, just that Rice in the 8 gives us fewer goals. Not sure how much. Well, when we look at the goals we scored last season, I've got the screen up already. Yeah, 69 goals compared to 2023-24. We scored 91.
Yep.
That's a big difference.
Yep.
Massive difference. And the season before that,
I think we scored 80 something. I think we scored 80 something the season before that. 89.
88. So that's a massive drop off.
Yeah.
That is a massive, massive drop off. So I think next season we need to be maybe the high 80s again, in my opinion. If we want to be challenged. But anyway, let's go through these comments. So Dio, do you trust him to drop Rice out at 8 if we get as a I don't know. My only downfall has nothing to do with Arteta. He has been given ample opportunity to platform himself. He's just not good enough.
I agree.
Dio, what did you say about the season? We bottled it to Emery 2-1 at home. AJ, do you know what? Let them have their conversation. I think they guys, I'm looking at winning the league and champs. We've got the masked active shooter as our striker. No excuses.
No excuses. I love it. I love the no excuses. No excuses, just results.
Tony's going in fighting. Tony's got the fighting talk. That's what I love about it. The Southern Gooner, big up to Matty in the building. He's going to be part of the Five Guns now as well. Big up to Matty. Southern Gooner says, and make sure you go and subscribe to Matty as well.
Big up, Matty. Yeah.
Big up to the brothers in the chat. He'll be gone by November. I'm watching Spurs, and Frank has them sorted out. Top 4 ain't the given this season. I'm telling you, Spurs look good today, and I don't like saying it. Spurs look organised. They're going to give us an issue next season. If they bring in a couple more players, attacking players, who knows what they'll do. Wall Marino is booty in midfield. Big up Matty. There's the Matty's link as well if you guys want to subscribe. Big up Matty every time. Matty's getting love. Been working at Arsenal trying not to pay the money a club wants for the player. I don't. Okay, he's not got social.
Seymour Bus, just go to my page and shoot me an email, man. My email is on my page at BBK Sports. Just shoot me an email, man, and I'll reply to you. Big up to Dr. Seymour Butts.
Our brother Southern Goon has been so busy with work, he will squeeze out time when due by the Lord's grace. 100%. We got Matty. 22 likes, people. Let's get to 25 today, people. Yeah, let's get to 25. And listen, if you haven't liked the stream, please like it. If you haven't subbed to both channels, both BBK, Taron, then subscribe to the channels, please. I think Zubamendi more likely to bang. They're not, though. Zubamendi looks like a player to me. He looks like a very good player. Defensively, I don't know about that, but progressing the ball and stuff, I think we might have a good player on our hands. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Zubamendi is a good teammate. Here's my thing, Abs.
He's part of the Five Guns as well.
Yeah, look at Craigie go pop up in the chat at an hour and 22 minutes. Look at it.
Yeah, he's working it. He was working in it. So he's got a yellow card this time, innit? He's got a yellow card. He's got a yellow card. But yeah,
I think Zuby will be okay. Here's the thing, man. I want us to we talk about we have the best defense in the Premier League. Okay, best defense. I want us to use the best defense in the Premier League as a license to go use our attack. Because we know we can defend. You know. So let's go score 2 goals. 1 goal, not safe lead against any team. These are the 20 best teams in the English pyramid for a reason, right? So anyone can hurt you on any given day. I want us to be able to use our best defense as a license. We know we can stop you from scoring, but can you stop us? Right? Use our attack to go punish off teams and finish off games. Too many games were close last season, man. Too many. Way too many. And that I forgot the number, but we dropped over 20 points from winning positions because we couldn't kill off games. We didn't lose the league by 20 points. So we lost the league from position of leading, which annoys me to another level.
100%. You got anything coming up, T, before we go our separate ways?
Yeah, the boys that I play ball with, man, they want to do a stream today because it's early over here on my side, so I might go back on later. But yeah, it'd be too late for UK time. But yeah, I might do like a pre-record or something. But it's back to tomorrow, my regular because I go back to work tomorrow still.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, my convalescent leave is over. So, tomorrow the face will be cleanly shaved and the uniform goes back. And I go back.
How's the leg? Is the leg healing though? Is the leg healing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing my therapy. I think I can go like, I want to say almost 90% motion. I still can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next time you're on the pitch, I don't want to hear no slander of anything yet. Just play your game.
No pitch until 2026 for me. Yeah.
Wow, man. Do you think that Arteta will still be in the job by the time you're back on the pitch? Yes, people. But listen, we're gonna go to the Lou Goon now. Yeah. Make sure you leave a comment, people. Make sure you like the thing. Seymour, I think he's just dropped you an email. Does he do streaming? Does he stream?
Oh, does it? Dr. Seymour Bus, you do content? I'm not sure. But yeah, man. As soon as I hop off here, man, I'll shoot you back a message. It is 11:30 a.m. my time right now, so I'll take a
It's
break.
11:30. Wow, it's 7:30 in the evening
Yeah,
here,
I
man.
know, 8 hours behind you, man. That's why I can't catch your early morning streams. I have to hit them on the watchback. So that's why I'll be leaving comments in the
You know what cracked me up
Yeah.
the other day? Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what made me laugh the other day? Yeah? This is a funny one. Just before we jump off. You sent me the link for our stream on Fridays, yeah?
Mm,
And like, you know where I do the share thing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Stuff, yeah. I must have locked in, yeah. But I seen you, it's almost like a ghost just walked past the room. So you must have just done what you done. And it was all dark and you walked past. I was like, it's just because it was
you
morning
logged into
time.
the studio. You came into the
Yeah,
studio.
I wanted
so
to obviously quit the stream because obviously I wanted to just do it before my day started.
okay.
I just see like a shadow just walk past the screen. I was like, what are that? Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
Tony says, we talk of that defense so highly, but when a different knock from Madrid comes again, Saliba might down to. That's going to be a conversation for another day. And we didn't get to talk about David Raya today, but we'll save that for another time, people. Yeah. But anyway, people, listen. I need a tagline for. No, let's use your tagline because your tagline is the best.
Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.